Winning a race is not the name of the game. It's winning a championship.
If there's anyone who has a strong grasp of what it takes to win a Formula One crown, it's Mika Hakkinen. After 2 years with Lotus, Hakkinen and McLaren joined forces in a 9-season relationship that saw him win 20 races, 26 pole positions and 2 world championships, 1998 and 1999. But his sabbatical following the 2001 season became a permanent departure from the sport, and Hakkinen was replaced by another Finn, Kimi Raikkonen. Kimi Raikkonen seemed to be a carbon copy of Hakkinen. Cold, calculated and quick. So quick, in fact, that he was given a super license, or permission to race in F1, by Sauber team owner Peter Sauber in 2001, despite only having 23 car races to his name. So confident was Raikkonen in his own abilities, he was caught napping 30 minutes before his F1 debut in Australia. He ended the race 6th. Now that's cool. After a stint with McLaren in 2002, Raikkonen moved to Ferrari, and in 2007 he won the world title. It was also the year he made a cool $51 million, making him the highest paid F1 driver. By 2009, he was second only behind Tiger Woods on the list of highest paid athletes worldwide. But it was also the season his first stint in F1 came to a close. Raikkonen lost his Ferrari spot to Fernando Alonso, and subsequently his desire to remain in F1. Mika Hakkinen was coming off his second consecutive F1 crown in 2000, but came second that year to Michael Schumacher. But nobody expected his sudden demise and disappearance from the F1 scene, which culminated in a crash at the 2001 Australian Grand Prix. It wasn't the first time he'd had a crash in Australia. A punctured tyre at the 1995 edition left him in a coma with a fractured skull. On the surface, Hakkinen took the near-fatal accident in his stride, stating, "Thankfully, when I was in hospital, the doctors finally found my brain." But deep down, the Flying Finn fought to keep memories from the incident from resurfacing. So after his 2001 crash, he took it as a sign. Driven into the paddock by friend and teammate David Coulthard, he realized that perhaps he'd pushed himself enough. It was time to focus on life outside F1. Life outside F1 for Kimi Raikkonen still involved driving. First with rallying, then with NASCAR. He even dabbled with snowmobiling, but all clearly didn't fill the F1 void in his life. And so in 2012, he ended his hiatus and signed with Lotus. 2 years later, he was reunited with Ferrari. Ironically, Raikkonen's teammate was the man who took his spot with the Scuderia in 2010, Fernando Alonso. But the past doesn't seem to faze Iceman. In fact, it would seem that nothing does.
Hi everybody, and I'm happy to see so many questions and that you've been sending to us.
Kimi Raikkonen. They don't call him Iceman for nothing. But contrary to his cool on-camera demeanor, he was really a thrill-seeking partier. In fact, in his snowmobiling days, he raced under the pseudonym James Hunt, the personification of the F1 playboy. His appearances at beauty pageants not only fueled his party lifestyle, but ignited a relationship with 2001 Miss Scandinavia winner Jenny Dahlman, who he married 3 years later. Mika Hakkinen and Kimi Raikkonen have more in common than being Formula One Finns. Both raced for McLaren and Lotus. Both chose to walk away from the F1 track on their own terms. With a clash so close, it comes down to titles. Hakkinen left Formula One a two-time world champion. Raikkonen came back to it with a single title. And barring a miracle, it may remain that way. 2 titles to 1, Hakkinen over Raikkonen.